If I had neither the DJI Osmo Action 4 nor the GoPro Hero 12, there'd be a clear winner for me, no question. And if you stick around, I'll let you know at the end which one it is and why I prefer it over the other. And this is purely from a vlogging perspective, so no crazy action sports, it's just focused on vlogging and those that only use action cameras for that purpose. I just missed my train. Just as I was coming up the stairs, it pulled away, so yeah. I now have to wait another half an hour. And each camera is going to have features that will make you want to choose one camera over the other. I also did not pick the best day for this at all. The weather is horrendous, but given that this is now the time of year and I'm still going to be vlogging, it's actually quite a good indication to see which action camera is going to hold up in this kind of conditions, because it's overcast, it's quite dull and gloomy, and notoriously action cameras do better when you've got lots of light and it's bright and it's sunny. So this is my reality and this is what it's going to be like for like the next 6 months. So yeah, which one is going to do the better job? Let me just say though, the look of the footage that comes out of both cameras is great. One does better than the other in some cases and vice versa, and in that respect it really just comes down to personal preference and what you like the look of more. There's no right or wrong answer. It's your personal taste and your opinion. But here are 7 features, specs, observations, with even just one of them being a game changer that will make you sway more towards one camera over the other. On the Action 4, shooting in D-Log M and then shooting in flat on the Hero 12 in 5.3K, the GoPro Hero 12 definitely has the better quality, but honestly the Action 4 is just not far behind at all. It really isn't. Okay, I've got to stop myself there because honestly I don't actually think that the Hero 12 is doing significantly better than the Action 4, and I kind of actually prefer the look of the Action 4. It was only because with some previous footage I shot on a different day, I was genuinely leaning more towards the Hero 12's flat profile. It also now has a log profile too, and you might ask why I'm not shooting in GP log instead of flat, but that's for a whole other video which I'll share soon because I wasn't completely taken by it. But yeah, the Action 4 in D-Log M definitely holds its own. A feature that I always found really awesome on the Hero 11 that's also on the Hero 12 is the 8:7 aspect ratio, which is great when you know you want to have the same footage horizontally and vertically and not shoot twice. You can also flip the settings on the Hero 12 to easy mode and choose between vertical and widescreen in the camera if you didn't want to crop it yourself in post. And that 8:7 aspect ratio just means that you don't have to change the orientation of the camera. The Action 4 does have a quick solution for switching between vertical and horizontal filming though, as it comes with a cage that lets you unclip it from the magnetic mount, rotate it quickly and put it back on, and it takes seconds. But the 8:7 aspect ratio in the Hero 12 is the most convenient way to go from horizontal to vertical. Well, after all that going to Costa so that I could actually sit down and switch out the batteries and not have to do it in the rain, whilst I was there I was looking at the footage and then I forgot to put the memory card back in the GoPro because I was using my iPad, and so I just had to stand outside faffing around putting the SD card back into the GoPro anyway. So that leads me quite nicely onto mounts, because having to do that, getting the GoPro Hero 12 out of the medium mod just to switch the SD card and then put it back in, screw it back onto the... it's just faff. You know? The Action 4 is just far more convenient because of its magnetic quick swap system over having to screw and unscrew the Hero 12 every time you want to move the mount, unless you buy something like the magnetic snap mounts, but it's just extra stuff that you have to buy when the Action 4 just has it right out of the gate. The Hero 12 does have a 1/4-20 thread at the bottom now though, which makes it a bit more convenient, but you still have the same issue when using the media mod and needing to get to the battery or the SD card. I really wish the media mod had been redesigned this year. It would be so much better if the gap was closed and it too had the mounting fingers or some other mount that would mean it didn't have to be removed from whatever it's on just to take that camera out to access the battery or the SD card. So in relation to mounts, if you've got your Action 4 mounted somewhere and it's facing you and then you want to change your settings, you can do it on the front touchscreen because it is a touchscreen, whereas with the GoPro you would have to take it off the mount or try and reach around to change the settings. Unless of course you use your phone and the Quick app, which now also lets you live preview your footage whilst recording. That's been reintroduced back into the Hero 12, but a front touchscreen is so convenient and just a well thought out design. And just to highlight more convenience, the Action 4 doesn't need any additional accessories to connect an external mic. You can use any USB-C mic and plug it directly into the camera. But with the Hero 12, you need the media mod or a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter. One new feature though that GoPro did introduce is the use of Bluetooth audio, which I'll go into in more detail in my other video. GoPro suggested a mic to me, which I have on the way to try, but one of the Bluetooth mics that I have that works fine with other devices just didn't connect. It paired, but I waited ages for it to actually connect, and it never did. This would have been an absolute game-changing feature if it worked.
Because using a headset like the AirPods Max isn't going to give you anywhere near as decent quality as if you were using a dedicated microphone.
Like the DJI wireless mic or the Rode wireless microphone systems. And to be honest, the whole point in the headset, I think anyway, is more so for voice commands. So if you've got the camera somewhere that you can't access it easily and you want to use voice prompts to start recording, stop recording, take photos, then I see the headset as more so for that rather than just using it as
the microphone to do this, to talk to the camera and get
that clean audio. So using an actual dedicated Bluetooth microphone is going to give you the better audio. And like I said, I tried one and it just didn't work. Whilst I was out, I was shooting in 5.3K on the Hero 12 and then obviously 4K on the Action 4 as that's its highest resolution. They both started out with 100% battery life, and so at one point when I looked at the battery indicator, the Hero 12 was on 28% and the Action 4 was on 53%, and I did expect the Action 4 to have more juice because I was filming in that higher resolution on the Hero 12. So when I put fresh batteries in both with the batteries at 100% and switched the Hero 12 into 4K and continued vlogging, when I looked at the battery indicator, the Hero 12 was at 58% and the Action 4 was at 69%. Also, the Action 4 has fast charging, so you can go from a battery that's completely depleted and have it charged to 80% in less than 20 minutes, and the Hero 12 has no fast charging feature. Oh, this place looks pretty cool. I think you can see for yourself which one is outperforming the other in this scenario. The Action 4 has a low light image enhancement setting, which I tend to just keep on auto, and whilst I was in the restaurant, it switched over to enabling it.
What are you doing? What, are you working something, or how many followers you've got?
On my channel, I've got 27,000 subscribers.
Okay,
yeah.
What channel you are?
My name's Tamara, so it's Tamara Gabriel.
Tamara Gabriel?
Yeah.
You know my brother, his daughter named Tamara.
You can see just how much better the Action 4 does. Both of them were on auto white balance as well, and they look a bit yellow, but it's easy enough to correct in post.
But Middle East, we've got there is beautiful, nice food. So in Kumbatwar, what we try to do, we try to get you that lovely, beautiful food from Middle East to here. So big welcome to everyone.
I feel like you may already know what I'm going to say, but if I owned neither of these cameras and I had to choose between them as my vlogging camera, I'd have to say the Action 4. It has so much going for it, it's easy to use, it makes filming convenient, the quality of the footage is great, as is the Hero 12, but it just does so much better in low light if that's something that you need. But you know, that's based on my experience of going out and vlogging with both significantly come rain or shine, which is why it's taken me quite a while to get this video together. My Hero 11 for the past year was my go-to when vlogging. That was my solid pick, I loved it, but with the Action 4 I just really struggled to think of reasons as to why I wouldn't take it with me and why I'd grab the Hero 11 or the Hero 12, and there really aren't any. So yeah, I just feel like GoPro really needs to rethink the Hero cameras and just bring something a bit different to the table, because for me it feels like it's fallen behind the Osmo Action series, in particular for vlogging, as this is from that perspective. But what do you think?